Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Mr. Bravo's workshop. On our last episode, we did this one here. We put it all together, sort of like the rear wall here, and it's gone off quite nicely, and it's nice and straight and level, and yeah, it looks pretty good. But we've still got one more side to do, so let's do this one here. But like I said, the last episode, we're going to do this one here as one. So we'll get those four pieces off and line them up here so we can put them all together. Well, there's our four pieces off in the correct order. So we're just going to get them all nicely cleaned up. Oop, knock the camera. Okay, there's our four pieces off and they're all cleaned up. Let's use the grid to help out a little bit here, just to sort of put those two together. I'm going to bring the micro lens in just to help me, only because I can see just a little easier. Can I go this way a little more? I can. Yeah, I can see a lot better now. Now, just while we've got that, let's get some glue. Drop it on that line there. You can see it kind of wicked in. Let's bring it even closer. Yeah, maybe you can see that. Now, nudging these two together this way and this way, I want to kind of push them up against each other. And they are fairly level. Let's turn them over, double check the other way. That's pretty good. And we want them flat. So that's one. Let's push him over there. Let's bring the other one down. Let's do a rinse repeat on that. Let's get a little bit of glue. It's not the best of, about there. It did wick, which is what we want. Now push him together that way. And that way. It was just lining up the plastics on the bottom just down here. Now that it's kind of taken, let's quickly throw that over. Ooh, it did wick through. Let's quickly clean that up. Hang on a second. Okay, it was kind of good save. It's only a little bit of blue off the mat. And while I don't like to ruin the mat, it's not dire straits here. So, we got the two pieces and they're dead flat and they look good this way. Let's roll that over again. Look good that way. So now we're going to put these two pieces together. I'll try and do this a bit closer this time with probably a little less glue. Two locating lugs are on the bottom. Let's push those two together. They don't quite want to go together. Let's put a lot less glue. Oh dear, look at that. Yeah, like that. There's glue in the center there. I'm trying to keep it away from the blue this time. Nudge them together. That's a better fit. Thank you. Let's roll it over, have a look. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, let's just leave this piece to well and truly go off. Nice and hard. I might even add a little more glue on that one. Just there and there. Can't really wick because it is one piece together. So, yeah. And that should make it easy. Let's make sure it's flat that way too. I want it to go rock hard and then we can't readjust it. I think we've got it at all angles there. Of course, this may or may not work, like all of them. And once this is flat like that, you could probably give this a final cleanup all flat together too. So what I'm saying is let's let that go off for a second and go nice and hard and we'll come back. While it's going hard, I'm going to grab a coffee. Okay, just offline, I just gave that a quick, very light little sand either way on both sides. Now we can put this on. Hopefully this will all go together as one piece now and make it a bit easy to put on. Let's turn it around so you can see the locating lugs. Okay, so I've been mucking around this for a few minutes. The locating lugs are very good at the back. No issue there at all. Got a bit of an issue up here at the front. It does not want to sit down. When it does, it wants to kind of push out. So I'm actually thinking we could probably use the glue to sort that out. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and get that roughly where I want that to sit. Hold that with the finger. I'm going to kind of need... Hardest part is holding this until I can... There we go. I think I've got it just right there. So I'm going to drop some heavy glue on here and here because I do want to kind of melt that a little bit. Kind of help me set off what I want. Yeah, that's what I want. Using the glue to kind of melt it and sort of push it in where I want it to be. Now, just while it's quickly doing that, let's sort the back out. Yeah, that's pretty good just there. Let's do the same thing. Let's drop a bit of heavy glue on there. Yep, that's got it. Pushed in nicely. Now, it's got a little bit of a bow in it. Can you see that? I know you can't. This is what I was afraid of before. Now, that's pretty good there. Let's quickly drop some more glue across the center here. And turn it around very quickly. And do a final mucking around with that and getting it straight. I mean, you're going to see it like that. Obviously, we're doing this side. It looks pretty good. And of course, we don't want to muck around with that too much. Is it straight? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's pretty straight. There's that one, pretty straight. So I think we'll leave that one just for now. That looks pretty good. Yeah, no real gaps there. And I'm quite sure the little bit of... See, when I push down, I've got to be careful because when you push down, you can push it sideways. Yeah. Sorry about if I got you out of camera there again. And I think that was far easier than what we did on this side. And it looks a little straighter too, I might add. Yeah. This one here could have been... Sure, we can muck around a little bit more. Okay, so now let's put the last piece on here, which will be... We've got it facing this way now. Which should be D12. Okay, let's get that out. And there is our D12 off and cleaned up. Let's sit him where he's got to be. Somewhere about there. Just need to hang on to it till I put some glue there. I think this light's going to have to go. It's not helping the situation. Let's do that. Let's line him up straight with the rest of it. Yeah, look at that. See, that's interesting. On the camera, you're probably straight there, but I'm straight with the grid. So yeah, I try to do the best because that's straight for me, but I know that's not straight for you. That's probably more straight there. Yeah, pretty happy with that piece. Let's have a look at the front, the side on. Yeah, that looks good. And obviously, again, this is to go this way. And I do believe that is the end of section 11 for the underside of the centered deck, they're calling it. So let's move on to the next page. Well, there's both pages on section 12. Let's zoom in on section 11 for a minute. Okay, so what have we got here? Not going to put these rails on, whatever they are, although they seem to stick out. We come back. They seem to stick out here. Actually, should we put them on for painting wise? I'm thinking no matter what colour this section is, I'm probably going to do them white anyway. because they're like a pole, you would need to see them, and white would make sense rather than being dark. So even if this was blue or grey, or even white, there is some white on the ship, I'm going to make those white, which I could probably hand paint them. Yeah. Again, thinking a little forward, the boxes here, just while we're here, the locker boxes and bits and pieces, ammo boxes, I'm not going to put them on till very last, so not worried about those. I'm more worried about the camouflage. So I think what we will do, we will fit these as well, because that'll be part of the camouflage. I can fit these to match the camouflage and then come back later on with like a little brush, and we'll just do these little sections here. So let's get the F8s out and glue them on. Well, let's check them out first. Well, there's our F8s there on the sprue. Let's get them off and get them cleaned up. Okay, so we got them all cleaned up. The sprue side, when I say sprue side, can we get that? Yeah, you got this side here. I clean it up, but I'm going to opt to put the scratchy side, I suppose, up against the wall where you're not going to see it, kind of in like that. We'll get the next one, kind of the same, because remember this is the underside of the ship. I'm going to put that one there, like that somehow. Yeah, and then that one there, let's go move it along to the next one. Probably lucky I even got that last one on the screen. Where are we? Where's the next one? Yeah, there it is, the scratchy side, the sprue side. Let's put him up against the wall like that. And I think what we'll do is, just while they're there, let's just drop some glue in there, and it should wick around, which it did. Let's do the same with that one. Yeah, that's nice. And one more for the other side. I didn't really take the glue off. I just want it to wick around like that. And we'll let those go off. And we'll repeat it on this side here. Okay, and there it is now repeated on the other side. And it does, looks pretty good. And I assume they are for that very reason. It's kind of structure support, I suppose. I'm just kind of pulling that piece out just a little bit. Yeah, so this piece is almost coming together. So we've got the D11s to take off. D11 and F53. Let's do the D11s first, and it's got to go that way according to the plan. The D11s to come here. I do kind of like those, and I like the way they put the thought into it. So yeah, let's get them off. Now I was just looking for these, and I'm like, ooh, gee, they're kind of fragile, especially the down piece. And I've already mentioned how weak this plastic already is. I'm actually going to now say that this is probably a bad idea to put these on now. This ship has to go through an awful lot yet before it's finished. And this might be one of those pieces where you're better off to spray white and add them as you're kind of putting it all together. So even though I said I was going to put them on, I think because of how fragile they are, I'm going to opt to leave them off right now. We will make a white box soon for stuff to go in, and we're going to have to add that. Probably sooner rather than later. So let's move on to the next piece. And obviously the next piece was the next section here. But like I stated, these are all the ammunition boxes and locker boxes and other bits and pieces. We're not going to put them on. Same with, it's got a couple of guns up here already to go in. We're not doing them until after it's painted. And that ship would now go that way with that to the back, kind of replicating that. And yeah, it looks good. Let's zoom out so you have a better zoom. Oh, that's the wrong way. That way. And we'll see what you think. I mean, it looks good so far. The paper's not very flat. Let's go that way. Yeah, that's pretty good. Happy with that. the corridors and everything. Let's have a good look around it, just so you can have a good look. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I think we're just going to put that section there and turn the page. Okay, so we just turned the page to page 10 now. Section 13, I think we're going to need the color pattern, or the color shading back out. Let's grab that as well. Now, we are doing the center structure, and if I believe, if I'm correct, I should say. Let's zoom in a little harder. Sorry about this. Yeah. So, getting back to the plan, this is what I was watching. So, this side is all going to be dark to start off with, and this side is going to have camo pretty much on the side, the walls there, and underneath here. So this side is all camo, and this side is all dark. So whatever goes on here, because of the way the colouring is, see if I can slide that back in, there is that structure just looks like, yeah, just here. Yeah, that's it there, the entirety of it. And looking down, it's dark. So can we put these on? Now, while we're also here looking at this structure, it is kind of dark. Oh, you can't see that. It's kind of dark just here as well. So this structure has, oh, isn't that interesting? Has camo underneath and dark on the outside. Well, that makes painting easier. Yeah, I can see why they've done that. Let me just have another look. What about the other side of the ship? What are they doing there? Oh, see, look at that. Now, this side is kind of white. Yeah, that should still work. Because we can do the dark first. We could probably paint this piece all dark, flip it over, mark off what we want to keep in the dark, and then do the camouflage and the rest. The reason why I'm working this out is to work out whether I want to put these on now or not. And I think, before I think about it any further, I think I am going to put them on, because I don't end up with 50 pieces that all have to go on. I got to kind of build this at the same time. So let's move away from this for a second. Zoom out so you can see. Right, so the guns definitely not putting on, because they're going to be made separately and painted separately and whatever else. These pieces, can we put them on? It is got to be dark, and it is part of the structure. We could do it, but I'm just looking. Sorry for the pause. So the guns are here, either side of these. I was just wondering, I hope they're not snuck in underneath. Let's have a look at that. So the guns are on the round piece. So the guns are on the round piece, and then they look like they go there, one square there. This has got to go around the other way. Let's match it up. That's probably better. So there's a gun there. There's a shield there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we could probably get away with putting them on. Let's get them off and have a look. I was just having a very long pause there because I was really looking at these and the actual ship itself, and I'm thinking to myself, when I paint these and camouflage, would it be easier to C7? I'm just going to get the C7 off, which is just the N1 just here. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, I got that piece off. I probably could have taken a little more care, taking that piece off. If I bring it in, let's bring it in even closer. It's a really nice molded piece, but unfortunately where it's stuck on the sprue, I kind of went a little too close and I've taken pieces off. I will fix that later on, but for the moment, let's just come back and look at this model for a second. So there is our C7, and this piece is square underneath, and it is to go on something like this. I have not fitted it. Yeah, it kind of goes in there. Does it go in there like that? No, it kind of goes in front of that. Oh, I see. Right. So there it is, sort of hand fitted. Now, boy, this is a tough one. Well, this is a tough one whether to put this one on or not. Because if we got any kind of camo through here, we have to replicate the camouflage. Got a bit of a line there too, which it is flat down. It is flat on the floor. I've got to remember to keep you guys in the camera. So it can't really go down any further, but it is a very snug fit. My question here is, if I have camouflage on here and it goes across, would I be better off to take this piece off, wherever the camouflage goes, slip this on like that, replicate it, and add this as another piece later so that I can just do all dark here on the floor and then obviously dark on top of this to some degree, and then add that. Now, we do know that one of these sides is a white, and dark. Hard colours to put together because they can wishy-wash. We don't want wishy-wash. We don't want smudging or anything else. We want nice, clean lines. So just for now, that's a good fit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm not going to glue them. If that had been a loose fit, I probably wouldn't have taken them off, but that's a good fit. Looks like they can only really go on one way. So I might take the next one off, because if this is correct, where I'm going with this is we can take that off, paint it, and come back, fit it on. It is a good fit, and then basically snap that on like that. Again, I'm thinking more about the paint the whole way through this. Let's get the back one off and have a look. Okay, so now I have the next piece off. Let's have a look at the fit on that one. And again, it kind of snaps in nice, and it kind of holds it there. Again, without glue. Oh yeah, we can push that down. Very firm. So I'm going to say, now, for the moment, because I don't want to mix these up, they look very similar with the next ones, and obviously, okay, yeah, I can go back to the plan and double check which way is which, but for the moment, I'm going to leave those other two off, because I've already got what I wanted from these two, which is to see how the fit is, see where they go, and what else has got to go in here. The other thing too is we've got to fit guns and stuff in through here. I don't know how big they are. We do know how big they are here. They're fairly big. According to the picture, they're almost just as big as this. And we may need the room to put these on anyway. So again, for that reason, I'm going to say fit these two so we can work at the camo, but don't glue them, is where I'm going with all that. I think we're just going to leave that there. And I think we're almost out of this episode too. I know this has been a little bit confusing, the start of this build, just because we're trying to work everything out. But I'm hoping that you're enjoying the episodes as well. I'm enjoying building the ship, and hopefully I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.